Hello guys, but still here, and welcome back to another Runescape video. Today is listening to the Mahjarrat, and I think I want to change it up a bit, because I'm pretty sure that the previous episode was fairly boring. So, in this episode, I'm going to be partially talking about RuneScape updates, but at the same time, or afterwards, I will talk about some interesting / funny thing that has happened to me in real life. So, to start out with, RuneScape, if you didn't know, has announced emissaries. In other words, the gods want to gather their followers, and that kind of explains itself. But personally, it's your choice, but it's already kind of decided. Siren really doesn't have any followers when it comes to the players. Bandos, really nobody's gonna go for Bandos, because number one, Zamorak really kind of, what he tries to stand for kind of overrules Bandos, as well as the Dorgeshan series kind of lost all interest, made people lose all interest in Bandos. So, let's do my last two friends. But, as I was saying, and then Saradomin, maybe, because, I mean, with what happened in the World Wakes, where he basically comes back. Jeez, my mini-map really likes to glitch lately, but getting off topic here. What Saradomin did in the World Wakes doesn't really have my approval. And then, let's see who's left. Zamorak, the Godless, and Zaros. With what Zamorak chose, lying, if it comes down to Jagex taking whoever the most players chose to affiliate themselves with, I do not really want Zamorak to be the one with a large amount of power, because if he is traitorous like that, then who knows what the hell he's gonna do. But, and then Zaros. Nobody knows a lot about Zaros, because, I mean, he's one of the oldest gods besides Guthix. So, nobody knows that much about him, which makes him less interesting. But I'm partially, at least, Zarosian, because I really like the ancient curses and magics. But, I mean, it's your choice, and from what I've seen of Zaros, he has some pretty powerful followers. Not that many, but he's got some really good ones yeah. And then we come to the Godless, and I really think that Jagex didn't try very hard with those guys for multiple reasons. For one, if you notice the symbol, it is very much like Siren's symbol. It's not Siren's symbol. Well, I cannot even remember. It looks very much like the other gods, like a combination of some of the other god symbols, which makes it kind of goes to say to you that the godless isn't something that Jagex is taking all that seriously. They just want to have an option besides a god. Though, and as you might know, Gothix is not listed. So one possibility is, as we go into it, that the godless are actually Gothixians who followed his wishes and... crap, what's 82? Followed his wishes and did no longer follow him. I mean, that's a possibility. So anyways, that's about it for RuneScape. Now I'm going to talk about what you've probably been waiting for. And that is my real life story. However, because I gotta pause the video, I will be right back. Alright, and I am back. So, to start out with, here's what I want. Ugh, I hate this bus. But here's what I want you guys. Crap, lag. Okay, never mind. Here's what I want you guys to imagine. I trained at a karate school for roughly 3 years. And if you know what that's like, then you know that everything is all about being stiff and formal and doing everything as close to what you've been taught as you can. So, and if you don't know much, then to start out with, in karate, there are forms, which are basically you're going through a set of moves, not moves, I guess moves, that I'm just worthless today. You're going through moves that form something you might be able to use. Rarely, it's more of an exercise. But okay, you get the idea though. So we just finished a form, and then to end, when you do your form, you basically make two fists, and then you stick them out in front of you, like just in front of you. So we just finished, and I had made the very sad mistake of eating beforehand, because I hadn't been going there that long, maybe 6 months. So what happened was my stomach was just gurgling. You get the idea if you've ever had to do something exercise related while having a slightly full stomach. So at this point, I had to go, and not just go, but go, if you know what I mean, like a number 2. So, and when I have to go and I can't go, then usually what happens is I start farting like crazy. But since this was as formal as you can be, in other words, you're trying to be really formal and stiff and all that, I'd been holding it back. But at this point, when we were standing still, it was really starting to work up because there's nothing holding me back at this point. So the karate master, if you want to say that, he just finished with he's telling us something I do not remember right offhand, but so here's the scene: me having to fart / about to fart really hard, and then put that in. Wow, my mind just keeps running. And then put that in a karate school with everyone but one person standing beside you, and then one person staring straight at you. Okay. And so he was saying something like, it was something along the lines of passing each other, like when we did our form, to try to stay the same distance from each other, which is a good idea because that's going to help you pass your test for the next rank. But just as he said the word pass, I let out a fart, and it just went on and on and on. I mean, it was one of the longest I've ever had. And we just cracked up because we were tired. It was late at the time, and we just all cracked up. And I don't know if you guys find that funny, but personally I do. So but anyways, back to the not so formal story. So we had just done this, and another guy, I'm just gonna call him Joe for now. Now, Joe walked in. He was late or something. I think he worked with the Air Force, so sometimes he had to work late. But he really liked doing karate because of being in the Air Force. It gave him benefits or something. So he comes in, he has no idea what just happened, what abomination just happened. And, we finish up, and then for whatever reason he offers to help me do a handstand because I cannot do a handstand if I had to do it to save the world. So I said, okay. And as I just said, I had to fart. So, he's holding me in a handstand, and if anyone's ever helped you do a handstand, then you know that you gotta hold them from behind. You gotta hold them from behind them with your hands on their feet. So he does that, and he's holding me, and I think I had a conversation going, and I just leave it to say that not only was it loud and fairly much in his face, but nobody really wanted to be in that vicinity for a solid half hour. And I'll leave the rest to your imagination with that. Imagination. So, he drops me. I didn't fall on my face or anything like that. But, lagging. But you get the idea. So that was about it for let's go to. So I'm gonna show you my stats. I leveled attack along with prayer. I really haven't been doing range much, but I've kind of progressed a little bit in all the rest of my skills, as well as I'm going to show you my quest list. And I finished a couple quests. I finished While Gothic Sleeps. I finished the Void Stares Back, and a couple other smaller quests. And this is literally all I have left. So, yeah. And then I did finish a couple of the achievement stuff, but I won't go into that right now. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Jesus. I hope you enjoyed this episode of listening to the Mahjarrat. And as always, if you liked it, please leave a rating. And if you want to see more of these odd videos, then subscribe. And as I just said, have a nice day, and peace.